Hello and welcome to today's pandemic update video for Monday, November 14th, 2022. Starting off with the CDC community transmission map, you will see 1,515 counties are in high transmission, substantial is at 870 counties, moderate is 617 counties, and low is at 220 counties. The biggest area of high transmission is in Puerto Rico, the Southwest states, the Great Lakes, and portions of the Mid-Atlantic where there's a good mixture of high and substantial transmission. Moving on to the variant proportion map. BA.5 makes up 29.7% of the cases. BQ1.1 is 24.1% of the cases. BQ.1 is 20.1% of the cases. BF.7 is 7.8% of the cases. BA4.6 is 5.5% of the cases, BN.1 is 4.3% of the cases, BA5.2.6 is 2.9% of the cases, BA.2 has come back this week and is at 1.3% of the cases, 2.75 is 1.2% of the cases, 2.75.2 is 0.9% of the cases, and last but not least, BA.4 with a measly 0.1% of the cases. Alright, time for a new segment that I'm adding into my pandemic updates. And this is, we're going to go to my website in each of these videos and list off the newly celebrities or famous people that have tested positive, or any other news that I have to share with you. So here we are on my site, and since yesterday there have been 4 new positives added. Rose City Band is reporting that they have members positive and they have canceled the rest of their tour for the month of November. Whoopi Goldberg tested positive today. Whoopi Goldberg is 67 years old. Some of you might remember that Whoopi Goldberg had a prior infection on January 3rd, 2022, which is this year. She was yanked off The View on that day, and today they're reporting that she was absent from The View after a COVID-19 diagnosis. Kim Tae-yeon, which is an Asian, I believe that's an Asian singer, has tested positive for COVID today. She's 33 years old. And Kirk Esposito, if I'm saying that incorrectly, apologies, has tested positive for COVID. His age 50, and it is a person from Puerto Rico, and they said their Puerto Rican DNA has failed them, and they have tested positive for coronavirus. Alrighty, moving on to the United States COVID cases for today. So far, there's 30,000 cases added with 189 new deaths, 271,872 new tests added. Currently in the hospital, 26,972. That's down by 32. ICUs are up slightly by 35 to 3,153. Taking a look at the map here, you can see here a large portion of the country has rising cases again. This is probably flawed because of some states that have yet to be added to this, because they simply haven't updated in a while, but it'll be interesting to see if this continues as the week goes on, because as you all know, next week's the big one, Thanksgiving, and that's going to be a super spreader for COVID, RSV, flu, and any other respiratory virus that's airborne. Alright, Texas, 9,376 cases. That's a multi-day total. New York State, one-day total, 2,548 cases. Illinois, multi-day total, 6,980 cases. New Jersey, one-day total, 3,000 cases. Wisconsin, multi-day total, 1,981 cases. Kentucky, I believe this is a multi-day total, 880 cases. Maryland, 744 cases. Puerto Rico, 1,027 cases. Arkansas, 89. Connecticut, 325. New Mexico, 1,889, and you will see here, it's saying 131% increase in New Mexico. While that's not true, it is rising. It's probably at least a 50% increase. West Virginia, 683 new cases. Delaware, 435 new cases. Guam, 49 new cases. All right, back to New York State. So we know New York State had 2,548 new cases today. Their positivity is at 6%. Their hospitalizations, the last update I believe is late last week, 2,714 people in the hospital. That is down, and 291 people in the ICU, also down slightly. We'll see what happens over the next 2 days. They do tend to post an increase on Tuesdays and Wednesdays in New York State. HHS hospitalizations, 27,269 people in hospital for coronavirus. 76.58% of all beds are being used in the country, with 3.97% being used for coronavirus. Walgreens, 29.2% positivity rate nationally, and let's take a look at 4 states here. Alaska, 22% positivity rate. That's up 5.3%. Montana, 17.4% positivity. That's up by 5.4%. Arkansas, 28.8% positivity. That's up by 13.2%. Look at this. It's rapidly going up. Louisiana, 22.1%. That's up by 6.7%. So you're seeing there are some states here with rapid rises. But there are also some decreases. Vermont is once again decreasing down by 9% to 20.7%. New Hampshire as well is decreasing. Look at this, a rapid decrease in New Hampshire, down to 21.7%, and that's down by 10.1%. How about my state here in Pennsylvania? 28.1%. Once again, it's dropping. That's down by 3.6%. All right, taking a look at Texas positivity rate. Texas last updated the positivity rate last week. Let's refresh that. That might not necessarily be true. Maybe they finally did post an update. All right, they did. Hospitalizations in Texas, 1,003 people in hospital. That's up ever so slightly. And Texas positivity rate, here we go. Here's the correct number. It's now up to 6.73%. So there is a pretty stark change. We're going to zoom in here. It's not represented on this chart, but as you saw, the previous update was 6.13%, 6.13%. It's now up to 6.73%, so it's starting to rise again, and the hospitalizations are starting to rise again. So what's the takeaway here? I'm a bit concerned. Let's go back to that map again, the United States. Cases are rising in a lot of states. And there's also some states with the Walgreens positivity rising at a significant rate. This is not what I like to see a week before Thanksgiving. Ultimately, I do think Thanksgiving is going to result in a surge. How big of a surge? I don't know. Will it be like last year at Thanksgiving or the year before? It's hard to say because so much gets hidden by not enough people getting tested, but we do have one factor, and that is hospitalizations. I think even if they're suppressed, we are definitely going to see a pretty significant increase in coronavirus hospitalizations. Right now, they're at 27,269. I can guarantee you after Thanksgiving, it'll easily go over 30,000. How much higher after that? I don't know. But prepare yourself. Hospitals are already overwhelmed with flu, coronavirus, RSV, rhinovirus, all these different viruses. It's about to get a lot worse. Alrighty, thanks for watching this video. If you like what you see here, hit the like and subscribe button down below. And thank you for watching, and stay safe, everyone. See you next time.